Hello, welcome to another episode of Stories of World War II Veterans. My name is Kayleen Reusser, and each week I will be reading you a story from one of the books that I have written based on my interviews with 260 World War II veterans. Today's story will be taken from Book 1 in my World War II Legacies series, We Fought to Win, American World War II Veterans Share Their Stories. And today's story will be taken from Bonnie Calhoun Neuenschwander Habegger, who was an Army nurse. "We were told the Army needed nurses to relieve other nurses," said Bonnie Habegger of Bern, Indiana. In May of 1945, she was newly graduated as a registered nurse from Dallas Methodist Hospital. She had been born in Kaufman, Texas. After graduating from Kaufman High School in 1941, she planned on nursing as a career. The oldest of 10 children, she allowed the Army to cover the costs of her books, tuition, lodging. In return, she would enlist in the Army to help with medical needs after the end of the war. Like her male soldier counterparts, Calhoun had to complete basic training. "We marched to meals, participated in daily exercises, and learned to salute and stand at attention," she said. She was given the rank of second lieutenant while caring for amputees at a military hospital in San Antonio and McCloskey General Hospital in Temple, Texas. When the Army asked for volunteers to go overseas, Calhoun signed up. "I wanted to do what I could to help our country," she said. She was sent to Bremerhaven, Germany on the USS John Erickson. Calhoun didn't suffer from seasickness during the voyage and passed the time playing cards with other military personnel. From Bremerhaven, she traveled to Marmaton, France, where she worked at a station hospital caring for patients in scabies and venereal disease wards. Calhoun quickly established codes of behavior with patients. "I didn't like dirty jokes," she said. "If they said something nasty, I walked away." On Sundays, Calhoun attended base chapel religious services. Howard Neuenschwander from Bern, Indiana, led the singing. He was an enlisted soldier who had volunteered as the chaplain's assistant. One night he asked Calhoun if he could walk her back to her room. Calhoun had been warned about male soldiers. "We were told to be cautious because they had not seen women in a long time," she said. Howard Neuenschwander seemed different. He was in charge of the PX, Post Exchange, which served as a store on the military base. Calhoun noticed that he was popular. "Many people told me they thought he was a fine young man," she said. As a further caution, it was against Army protocol for offers to fraternize or date enlisted personnel. "My girlfriend, who was also a nurse, dated an enlisted soldier, and the Army separated them," said Bonnie. Still, Calhoun was willing to take a chance, and she and Neuenschwander dated discreetly. Then Calhoun received orders for a transfer to the 120th Station Hospital in Bayreuth, Germany. At the same time, Neuenschwander received his discharge papers. The couple vowed to write letters. "I was sad to leave him," said Calhoun. Neuenschwander returned to Bern, where he worked in an insurance business. Calhoun kept busy working as a head nurse in a prison ward at the hospital, caring for 30 American prisoners. She supervised 5 ward men while she performed administrative work. Calhoun could not talk to prisoners about why they were there, but she again established ground rules. "They knew I did not appreciate crude talk or behavior," she said. While the prisoners conveyed attitudes of respect toward her, she always entered a cell to administer medicine with a guard in tow. The hospital was located in the part of Bavaria's world famous for its annual Bayreuth Festival, with performances of operas by 19th century German composer Richard Wagner. The heritage carried over at the hospital. A cellist, violinist, and pianist played classical music daily during our meals, she said. "I still love that music today." Calhoun worked at the German hospital for approximately 9 months. She was honorably discharged on June 15, 1948, at the rank of first lieutenant. On her way back to Texas from Boston, Calhoun visited Neuenschwander in Bern. They had been separated for 13 months, but wrote letters the entire time. Though she had dated other people, Calhoun had never found anyone she cared for like Howard Neuenschwander. They were married in October 1948 at her Texan home. She worked in private duty nursing for several years while they raised 4 children in Bern, Indiana. Howard founded an insurance business with his brother, which he worked at until retirement. He died January 17, 1986. In December 2000, Bonnie married Grant Habegger, another World War II veteran. She participated in Honor Flight of Northeast Indiana. "I had a good experience as a soldier," she said. "I enjoyed my work and had fun. I was happy to serve my country. I did my duty and felt needed." And here's a picture of Bonnie as an Army nurse. Her story is again taken from my book, We Fought to Win. American World War II Veterans Share Their Stories. This is book 1 in my World War II Legacies series. I want to also mention that I did come out this year with a book just about women that I have interviewed. And Bonnie's story is in this book, but it has additional details that I didn't have room for in that other book. So this book is called Born to be Soldiers, Those Plucky Women of World War II. And it has women from various branches, including Coast Guard, the WASP, which were the pilots, and Army nurses. So I hope you will give my channel ring a bell, give it a comment, and subscribe, maybe even purchase the books, and tell a veteran thank you today for his or her service. Thank you. We'll be back next week.